Okay, so hey guys, so today's video is going to be my April favorites. I cannot believe it is springtime already and we're already into May because obviously I film my favorites videos kind of the first or second day of the new month. So I can't believe it's May already. Can you I can't keep up anymore with how fast time goes by. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to share with you guys what I've been loving over this month. Sometimes I kind of feel like I have to dig out favorites, but there are a couple of products I know that I use pretty consistently, and then there's other products where there's you're not sure what you actually use that much, so I'm gonna share with you guys pretty much the stuff that I've been using the past few weeks. I really need to start writing down my favorites on products that I use more consistently, especially eyeshadows. But it's I just feel like sometimes it's a little bit repetitive with some things. So we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to just talk about two foundations really quick. The first one is a newer foundation that I've been using the past week or two. I think I've actually been using this for 2 weeks now, I think. This is the Dior Skin Forever Perfect Makeup Everlasting Wear Pore Refining Effect with Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 35 from Dior. And this one is in the shade 014 Fair Almond. Now, I have been testing this out for the past 2 weeks, and I am wearing it today, and I really have been falling in love with this foundation. It really is full coverage, but it is very natural on the skin. And the thing about this foundation is that it is very tacky, so it's going to set right away. So what you need to do is work in sections with this foundation, and that way I feel like it kind of makes you use a little bit more product. But it comes with a pump like this, and I usually just pump it out on my hand, then I just dab a little bit over one section, and then I go over it, and then I work it all over my face in sections, because I swear this will dry on my hand before I'm even ready to apply more onto my face. That's how fast it dries. It dries faster than the Urban Decay. So you have to work kind of fast with it. But once it sets beautifully, and it makes your skin look gorgeous, and it lasts a really long time. I don't really look that shiny. I've been wearing it since about since 2:45, it's been almost 5 hours, and my foundation still looks amazing. So I wouldn't say this is my favorite foundation of all time, but it is one of my favorites. I don't absolutely love it, but I do really like it. I'm kind of on the fence about in being in love with it, or I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But it's not just okay. I just really, really like it. I'll either say I love it or I don't love it that much, but it's just I don't know how I feel about certain foundations sometimes. I feel like foundations are really hard to review, and concealers, because it's but the shade is really nice and it blends really nicely. It really doesn't take that much work to blend it out. I'll just dab it, and then I'll just work it in with my Real Technique sponge. So I'm going to test it out more. But so far, I really am liking it a lot. I know I said love before, but I do really like it. So that's the first one. And then the other one, I'm just going to go over this one again. I really think I'm in love with this foundation now. I know I keep on saying that it would emphasize dry patches and stuff like that, but now I really feel like I love it. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Oxynoxate Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 15 in the shade 201 Classic Ivory. You guys know that I have been mentioning this and testing out drugstore foundations for the past 2 months, and I have to say I really do love this one. It does feel pretty light now because I feel like I'm using more of the products, but at the same time it feels pretty full. So I feel like you get a really decent amount of products with this, and I've been using this since January or February, and I love how this makes my skin look. It's kind of very similar to this foundation, but I feel like this one gives even more coverage. This one's full coverage, this one's kind of medium to full. This one's so natural looking that it doesn't look like full coverage. That's why I really love this, because it's very skin-like. With this one, it's still skin-like, but it's very full coverage, and it feels so nice on the skin. I don't know how they made this, but it's a full coverage foundation, but it's not heavy at all. And also with this foundation, I found that one of the first times I used it, it felt very sticky and heavy on my skin, and I was like, is it just like getting used to my skin? And right after I finished all my makeup, that feeling went away, and then like after the next times after I used it that time, it feels fine now. So I was like, I don't know what was going on the first time, but I think it's just because my skin wasn't used to it. But I never got that with this. But this is a very liquidy foundation, and this one I probably use about the same amount of product, but this one does not set as fast, but this one's a lot more liquidy, so you have a lot more time to blend it in, and it just blends in so beautifully, and I don't feel like it settles into my fine lines or makes me have dry patches on my forehead anymore. I think it's because I've been exfoliating my skin a lot more frequently, and I think that that's really helping my skin not being as dried out. It really is helping my skin have like a glow when I don't wear makeup. So yeah, really have been loving this one as well. And then I just have two concealer products to talk about. The first one I am in love with. This one is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer in the shade Fair Light. And you guys know that this is the one that I've been, the one that I really wanted to pick up from the Sephora Vibe sale. And I can't get enough of this concealer. It is so beautiful. This is becoming one of my absolute favorite concealers ever. This is like right underneath my, it's actually right above my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I am in love with this. It makes your under eyes look so beautiful. So this is what the applicator looks like. It is a really big applicator, and what I do is I just, you know, dab it on like that. And it applies really nicely. It applies a lot of products. It blends out so easily. And it's super hydrating. It blends out so easily around my mouth area and under my eyes. And I had a feeling that I really was going to love this concealer because I love the foundation. And I felt the same way about the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Like, when I tried the foundation, you guys know I fell in love with it. So I thought I was going to feel the same way about the Born This Way one. I mean, the Born This Way concealer. But as I've said before, I've been testing out a lot of my other concealers with my Real Technique sponge, and I feel like it's been helping by using my Real Technique sponge rather than my Beauty Blender. But this is beautiful. This really blends out so easily on my under eyes, and it looks so gorgeous. Like, I'm obsessed. This is almost my favorite next to the Urban Decay. That's how much I love this concealer. It just covers so beautifully. Like, it has really beautiful coverage. Like, it is not a light coverage. I don't know how they did it, that it's so hydrating, but it has really beautiful coverage. This is even more hydrating than the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. You guys know that's my ride or die, and so is the MAC Pro Longwear. But those ones are just a little bit dry sometimes, and this one is more hydrating. That's why it's like basically in my top 3. I am obsessed. I love this so much more than the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Like, I am a huge fan of this one. I barely use the Shape Tape anymore. This one I have been loving. And it's really good at not really creasing under your eyes. It's just, I'm wearing it today. I really just can't get enough of it. And it looks so gorgeous around the mouth area. And it blends in really beautifully with this foundation. This foundation is also really easy to blend around my nose area. I press it in really nicely, and it doesn't form any dry patches or anything like that. So that's another huge bonus with this foundation, is that it's very easy to, it doesn't cling to any dry patches, which is really good. Sorry I keep on bringing it up. I know I keep on bringing up certain things about this foundation. Let's move on. And then the last concealer I wanted to talk about, I'm not sure if I love this or I hate this. I just wanted to mention it to give it some sort of a review. But I am going to be using this in a First Impressions Get Ready With Me. But I just wanted to talk about the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer. Now, and this one is in the shade Fairlight. Now, the thing about this is that I like it for no makeup days. This is kind of like another no makeup day concealer for me, because I feel like it does not have as much coverage as the Tarte one. And it doesn't really apply as much product as the Tarte one either. Like, it kind of has a very dry formula, even though I kind of thought that this was going to be a little bit more hydrating. But the applicator does really doesn't really apply that much product when you put it on. I don't know what it is about it, but I was so intrigued on trying this, but I definitely think I like the Tarte one more. I'm going to still test it out, though. I like it, but once I set it, I feel like it kind of creases very easily, and I don't feel like it lasts half as long as the Tarte one. But I don't know, there's something about it that I like. I think I'm just going to use it more for no makeup days, but I've only used this one about 3 times. The Tarte one I've been using like crazy. I think I've used it at least 7 or 8 times now. I'm obsessed. But this one I did get like not even like 5 days ago, so I'm still testing it out to see how I feel about it. But so far I like it. So now let's move on to, let's just talk about a powder product really quick. I have been so obsessed with this powder this month. I literally cannot put it down. I know I've talked about it so many times, but I'm just obsessed with it because it's like, it's getting warmer outside, and I feel like this is going to be so beautiful for the summer months. So I'm probably just going to be using it all summer too. I really don't want to because I really don't want to hit pan on this really quick, but I probably am going to very soon. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder Foundation in the color 2. You guys know I love this powder, but I just literally haven't been able to put it down because it's so beautiful for the summer months, and it just, again, makes your skin look so smooth and beautiful when you use it. I never had a powder where it feels this smooth. It feels like literally like silk. It's insane. And I'm putting quite a dent in the middle there. And I don't know. It just like dissolves into the skin so beautifully. It's so easy to apply. And I really have been liking it because it's so lightweight. And even in the winter time, I love this because my skin gets super dried out in the winter time. And then in the springtime, you want like a lighter feeling powder because you don't want something so heavy because you use more heavier powders in the winter. But since I have dry skin, that just dries me out. So that's why I use this, because it's a light finishing of powder. And then the spring, I want lighter coverage, so I use a lighter powder too. So this is just like my favorite powder right now. Once I start using this powder, I usually can't stop using it. So I just have been obsessed, and it's still my favorite powder of all time, but I just wanted to mention it again because I've been using it nonstop. Like, once I stopped using my cosmetic powder for a while, and I was like, I'm going to go back to using this one, can't stop using it. It's just amazing. This is definitely this and the foundation are my 2 investments that I think that are 100% worth it. This is gorgeous. I would pay for this again because I absolutely love it. I use it so much. It's amazing. And let's move on to eyeshadows because why not? So the first one I wanted to talk about is one that I'm still testing out, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of my thoughts. And I wouldn't say that this wasn't a favorite. Like, I do really like it. So I'm going to talk about the Visart Warm Neutral Matte Palette. So this is what the packaging looks like. And I think I might do a full review on this palette with like alternate comparisons or cheaper comparisons to give you guys alternatives if you can't exactly afford this palette, or you've been trying to look for a dupe if you've tried this out and you're not like in love with it. Because honestly, I'm not completely 100% in love with this palette yet. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that these are the best mattes that I've ever used in my life. I really, really like them. I do. And these warmer shades here are gorgeous. I really do love these 3 shades here. But it's like, why do I need such an expensive palette to use only 3 shades and I can get these other colors in other palettes that I have? But I really don't have a yellow like this. So that one's really beautiful, and I have used mostly every single shade in this palette. I really have been testing it out the past week or 2. I've used it about 3 times, but I've used almost every single shade. So I can say that they're pretty long wearing. They do blend very nicely, but I don't feel like they're as easily blendable as people say that they are. I'm going to talk about what's on my eyes in a minute. I feel like that these are still my favorite eyeshadows ever. But with these, I do really like these shades, like these, but when you swatch them, they're kind of not fully opaque. If you can see that orange, like you kind of have to build them a little bit, and they still look a little bit sheer to me. I don't know. Like, and they're not very buttery when you swatch them. They're kind of a little bit chalky feeling, like dry feeling. I wouldn't say chalky, but I just feel like chalky sounds like cheap. They're definitely not cheap feeling. They just don't feel that soft, and I kind of prefer more buttery eyeshadows, like, or more pigmented, obviously. Like, if it's more pigmented, obviously that's going to win over everything else, and the blendability, but I'm still going to test it out more, and I'm going to give you guys a really thorough review on this because, you know, I really want you guys to get your money's worth when you get this palette. So I have been mostly using these shades when I've been using it. I've been loving this shade. This one is really beautiful, and I've been using this one in the crease a lot and this one on the outer corners. But it's like, when I feel like when I use them, they don't really blend as easily as everybody says that they do. They blend nicely, but honestly, I just used my Manny MUA Makeup Geek palette a couple days ago. That blended so easily. Like, even though I don't really support Manny anymore, I felt like the palette really blended beautifully. And I just have been, like, testing out this and then testing out my Makeup Geek and my ColourPop to see if those blend better. And honestly, I kind of love those more than this. I know that that's crazy, but I'm going to still test them out. Again, it's very hard for me to review things sometimes because sometimes I like can't remember how the other product works unless I've used it like a million times. Like, that's how bad I am about testing out products. But I really have been using this to let you guys know my thoughts. But like I said, I returned the neutral palette and I bought this one and I tested it out. I'm not sure I'm 100% sold because everybody makes these sound like that they're the best mattes that they've ever used, but I don't really feel that way. I feel like they're not amazing, and I feel like they should be amazing for the price. So, yeah, I'm going to still test them out and let you guys know how I feel. I think I've said that like 5 times already, but I will definitely do a thorough review and comparisons if you guys want me to do that because I really am thinking about doing that video. So, let's just go over what's on my eyes really quick. I didn't even wear this that much this month, but I did wear it a couple of times, and I'm wearing it today. I love this palette so much, and I have to mention it again. It's the Lime Crime Venus 1 palette. Do you see these eyes? Like, I can't with this. It's so easy to blend. They're so pigmented, so beautiful. Like, every time I use these palettes, the 2 Venus palettes, I am obsessed. Like, this Rebirth shade is gorgeous. This is what I'm wearing in my crease today. I love it. It's so beautiful. They're all so pigmented. I used about, like, 4 of the shades today. Yeah, like 4 of the shades. I used, like, these 4 shades to make it more of, like, a warmer peachy eye. I'm just obsessed. I love them so much. Sorry, I'm sipping on a shake from Stuart Leonard's. It's so good. It's like a cookie dough shake. So yummy. So yeah, I used this earlier today. Sorry, I still need more. Oh my god, it's like so rich. It's like ridiculous. So I probably should drink some water. But anyway, I really want to compare the Viseart to these, but I just wanted to swatch a couple of these for you to show you guys the difference between the pigment and stuff. Like, I'm just going to show you one swipe. That's one swipe of the Rebirth shade. Now let's just do 2. You see that? You see how amazingly pigmented that is? And then I'm going to do this Venus shade. And this is me just dipping my finger in. That's 1. That's 2. Like, I'm looking at these and I really can see the difference. That Rebirth shade is just like so pigmented. And then I'm just going to do one more. I'm just going to do Creation, which is my favorite. This is me like swirling it just this much in there. Look how pigmented it is. So I still think that these are 100% worth it and they're my favorites. So Absolutely love that palette. And then the other two palettes I really have been diving into this month are the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette and the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I've just been using these a lot this month, especially my Anastasia Renaissance palette, Modern Renaissance. I've been using this a lot with pink looks. I've been using the One Fresco shade and the Love Letter shade a lot. I've been using this a lot in my crease, and I've been using Love Letter on the outer corners or like in my crease. And then I've been using Cypress Umber on the outer corners. And then I also did a look with the warmer tones again at one point, and then I used Red Ochre and these tones at one point. I've just been using it a lot. I also really want to try and hit pan on these two shades for Mirror and Primavera. Like, I just try to feel the pan to see how much I've used of it, but they're so damn pigmented that you don't really need too much. They're just so beautiful. Like, I really never get tired of this palette. It really is amazing, and I really want to use more of, like, the orange and this red this month. Oh my god, they're so pretty. But yeah, I've just been using it a lot, especially with, like, dusty pink looks. And you guys know I'm obsessed with this palette, so I really don't have to go too much into detail because it's one of my favorites, and I just really wanted to dabble into using it again this month because there was in March I wasn't really using it as much because, I don't know, I just feel like I never use my palettes enough every month. Like, if I say I used a palette 3 times in 1 month, I've used it 3 times. Like, I really don't get that much use out of them because sometimes I just use my single shadows all the time and then I don't use my palettes as much. And then the other one, like I said, is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I used this a couple of times this past month and I really do enjoy this palette. You guys know that there's been a lot of controversy going on with Too Faced right now, but I'm still going to mention the stuff that I've used before everything went down this past month, because pretty much it went down this past month, and like, I'm really annoyed at the brand right now. I really don't think that what they did with Tarte was cool at all, but I'm still going to tell you guys what I used. So these are very blendable and pretty much the same exact formula as the first 2 palettes. I will tell you though that still, the Chocolate Bar Shimmer shades, those 2 shades that they have, the Marzipan and the Gold one, are some of the best shimmery shadows I've ever used. They're amazing. These ones are definitely not as good, but they're still really nice. And I've just been using, you know, the typical neutral shades that I use in here. But I also used a couple of the pink shades this month, and they're just really pretty. They blend so nicely, the matte shades in here, and I just really have been liking it. It really has been creating some really romantic eyes, obviously because, you know, it has that really pretty, like, romantic packaging, so really have been liking that too this month. And then, of course, I can't mention a favorites video without talking about my ColourPop shadows again, but I really cannot stop using these, and they really are like my go-to eyeshadows. Like, they really are, ooh, they really are beautiful. I've been using Firefly again as my transition shade like crazy. It's like my favorite transition shade. I'm probably going to hit pan on this. I'm hitting quite a dent on the center of it. It's just amazing. I am obsessed with this. And then I also have still been using Say I Do quite a bit. It's just a beautiful like strawberry ice cream shade. And then I've also been using the 3 matte shades quite a lot. Like, I've just been using these a lot. I love them. And then I also have been using these 3 shades a lot on my inner corners. This one is, I believe, let me explain. This one is Liar Liar, and this one is Take It Slow. I really like mixing these 2 for the inner corners, and I love using this as like a pinky inner corner. I used Come and Get It finally again this month. Oh, they're so gorgeous. Like, this is some of my favorite formula. Like, they're amazing, and I can't wait to dive in to use them again. They're so good. They're just so good. And, again, for the price, so much better. Like, this one is Crisscross, and I'm going to do 2 swipes. Right up here. See that? Come on. Like, come on. Honestly, I was really debating on returning the Viseart palette, but, you know, I could just buy, like, other stuff with it, but I'm going to keep it. And that's the other red shade. And this one is called Popular Demand. I knew that, but I love them. I really do. Let me swatch the shimmery shades. Oh my god, they're just amazing. I really was super impressed with these. And I still freaking love them. I mean, you can't really see that well because I kind of swatched them pretty badly, but you guys know what they look like. I swatched all of them in the haul when I bought these. So yeah, obsessed. And then the last eyeshadow palette I just wanted to talk about really quick is the Buxom Empty Customizable Eyeshadow Palette. I did dabble in this a couple of times this past month. And these are just really good eyeshadows. They're very blendable. I really am impressed with these, and I do try to use these as much as possible now because I really didn't get to use them all that much when I first got them because that's when like I wasn't really working anymore, and I really haven't used them all that often, but they really are very pretty. And they are really nice matte shades. They blend really nicely, and the shimmer shades are really, really beautiful. They're very buttery too. Like, look how pretty those are. See how, like, oh god, that reflection is, like, really nice. Look how beautiful they are. I just really, I'm just so out of it. I'm sorry. I'm always like, oh, it's really beautiful. Oh, it's really pretty. But I've been trying to use more of, like, my palettes with single shadows because, like, I'm such a single shadow whore. I use my single shadows so much. And I really have been trying to incorporate my other palettes besides like just Makeup Geek or just ColourPop eyeshadows when I'm using a single shadow. So I've been using this shade a lot with like pinky shades and this on my brow bone and these like on my crease. So they really have been making really nice looks. And there's only 6 eyeshadows in here, so it's pretty easy to utilize this palette. So really like these. These are really the only products that I have from Buxom. I didn't really like the lipstick products at all, but their eyeshadows are really nice. I really don't own anything else from them though. So that's it for eyeshadows. And then the last ones, I just wanted to mention the ColourPop single shadows, the new ones that I have again, just really quickly. Koosh, Thirsty Girl, and Moonshine. These are just so freaking gorgeous. Like every time I wear Koosh, I love it so much more. And that's why, I don't find like the Viseart palette being so like worth it, or why I don't utilize my palettes too much because I'm always wearing ColourPop eyeshadows with like my ColourPop single shadows. So once you try ColourPop shadows, you really are so spoiled by them because you're like always expecting every other eyeshadow to look like them. So that one is Koosh. Look at that. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to wear it on my lid again. It's so gorgeous. And then Thirsty Girl is just, oh my god, it's so pretty. Like, these are all so gorgeous. And then the last one is Moonshine, which is beautiful. Love this one. They really are so pretty. Wow, I already hit pan on this one. Some of them you hit pan really quick. I just feel like they don't have as much product in the center. But yeah, I really have only used this one like probably 4 or 5 times since I've gotten it, but it's so gorgeous. Look at that shade. I love it. I'm not going to swatch the other one. You've seen me swatch these ones like a million times, but they're amazing. But these are the most recent eyeshadows that I've gotten from ColourPop since like February, and I've just been using them like crazy. I really love them. And then the last eye product I wanted to talk about, I wore this to Medieval Times a couple of days ago. This is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. And I finally got to use it again. I've really only used this like once since I picked it up. I'm like, girl, you need to use this more often. So I popped this over one of my Manny MUA Makeup Geek shadows because I kind of wanted some glitter when I went out. And it looks so pretty with it. Like, it really added a really pretty effect over the eyeshadow. So I'm definitely going to be doing that more. And plus, it's so much easier just to use this rather than the Stila eyeshadow sometimes because it's not messy at all. You can just pop it right on and it looks so pretty. Like, I kind of want to do it right now. I probably should have done that today too, but I really like the eye look that I came up with today. Like, I tried to utilize a lot of different eyeshadows in my collection. But yeah, really, really love this. So, and then I just wanted to talk about one new liner that I've been trying out. This is the Kat Von D ink liner in the shade Trooper. I didn't start using this for a little while, but I've been using this the past couple weeks because I feel like my Stila one is kind of already pooping out on me. And this one I got in a Sephora sample like, I think like 5 months ago or something, but I never used it until like this past month. And I really have been liking it. It's very black and pigmented. And sometimes it doesn't work as good as the Stila one. This one has a little bit more of a fatter tip than the Stila and the Trooper liner, like the tattoo liner, but this one is pretty good too. It gets the job done. It's nice and black, and you guys know I really don't care about liners unless it's like a felt tip liner. So, and then the two liners from ColourPop I really have been loving this month is the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Boots. It's a really beautiful pigmented pink. This one is so nice. It really is nice and pigmented. It really goes on very easily on the waterline, so I really love that for pink looks. I just really love that shade. And then the other one is the green shade in Fast Lane. I've been wearing this a couple times this past week, and this one has been really pretty as well. That one is Fast Lane, so really have been enjoying those. And then the two mascaras I've been wearing the most this month is the Benefit Roller Lash. I've been wearing this, I wore this like non-stop for like 2 weeks, and I've just been so super into it. It really is a great mascara. You guys know I love it. And then the past couple of times this past week, I've been wearing this a lot, the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I'm wearing it today as well. I just love, these are like two of my ride or die mascaras. These are probably my two favorite high-end mascaras. You just can't go wrong with either of these. They are so freaking good. This one adds a lot of volume to your lashes and a lot of separation, and this one adds a lot of curl to your lashes. Really good mascara. So that's those, and now let's just move on to blushes. Guys, I really don't have too many favorites this month. It really is crazy. So for blushes, I'm just going to talk about the three newest blushes I've gotten. The first one is the Too Faced Love Flush Long Lasting 16-Hour Blush in the shade I Will Always Love You. I could have worn it today, but I wore the other blush that I'm going to talk about because I've only worn this one once. This one I've worn a couple of times, and I actually really, really like this Too Faced blush. You guys know that Too Faced blushes aren't really my absolute favorite formula. They're kind of one of my least favorite formulas, but this one has a really nice formula. For some reason, the peach blushes by Too Faced last a lot longer, and they have a lot more pigmentation to them. And I wore this to a baseball game, the Yankees game that I went to like 2 weeks ago or something, and this lasted all day on my cheeks. So it did a really good job of lasting. And I've been wearing the Kat Von D Bellissima blush a lot this month too, and it kind of reminds me of that one. So it's like just a really pretty blush, and when you swatch it, it has a really nice like luster finish to it. It's not completely matte. So I really have been enjoying this one, even though the other two Too Faced Love Flush blushes are my absolute favorite. I really have been enjoying this one a lot. I don't know, I just feel like this one lasts a lot longer than the other two that I have, because I feel like peach blushes kind of leave a little bit more of a stain. And then the other one is the It Cosmetics Ombre Radiance Blush in the shade Je ne sais quoi. I really haven't used this too much either. I really want to use it more this next month. I'm planning to use it very soon. But I have used it a couple of times this month, and it is a really pretty blush on. I just really love the ombre effect. And I like when you swatch it every time, you kind of get a different shade every time you swatch it, because obviously it's an ombre blush. And it's just really, really pretty. That one is the It Cosmetics blush right there. So I'm really super excited to use it more this month. I really don't feel like I utilize my blushes enough, and I really haven't picked up that many. Like, these are the only new blushes that I've gotten, and I feel like I get so overwhelmed with blushes sometimes. Like, with blushes and eyeshadows, I'm actually not as overwhelmed about lipsticks now as I am about blushes and eyeshadows. I don't know why. I'm always overwhelmed with eyeshadows, though, but I really have been enjoying this one as well. And then the last one I wanted to talk about, I'm kind of on the fence about this, but I did want to mention it. It's the Benefit California Box Blush, and this is the newest blush that they have come out with. I'm wearing it today because I really wanted to test it out again, and I wore this last week, what the heck did I wear though? I think I wore it last Thursday. Yeah, I think so. I was with Cassie, I think, when I was wearing this. Right? I think so. And I tested it out, and it's really beautiful when you look at the packaging. I love the sun packaging in it, but literally after the first time you use it, the glitter overlay goes away. Like, sometimes those oversprays last a little while, but literally right after you use this, it kind of goes away right away. And what I noticed when I used this the first time, it didn't really pick up that much pigment on my brush. And I don't find that with the other Benefit box blushes. I've been using my Benefit box blushes a lot this month. Those are probably the other blushes I've been using the most. And when I've been using this, I don't know, I used it today and it looked really nice. But I don't know, I'm just not like over the moon about it. Like, I think I like this one more, and these are pretty much like kind of the same color. Like, they're very similar. Like, this one has a little bit more warmth to it. It's kind of very similar to the shade I have in my crease today. So that's why I wanted to wear it. And, you know, it's pretty, but it's not like, you know, something you absolutely need. It's right there underneath the Too Faced one, and it just like doesn't swatch that well. I mean, it's really pretty, and I'm definitely going to keep it because I love the packaging, and I do like it. It's not like I hate it, but I just really was expecting a little bit more from it because I do like the other box blushes a lot. And then we're just going to talk about one bronzer. I've just been absolutely obsessed with this since it's been getting warmer. This is like basically all I've been wearing. It's just such an easy bronzer to put on. This is the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer in the shade Sweet Tea, the Baked Luminous Glow bronzer. And I've just been using this so much since it's gotten warmer, and it's just so easy to blend and so easy to put on because it's a lot lighter foundation. It is a lot lighter bronzer, and it's just like shimmery and glowy, and it gives you really beautiful sun-kissed glow. And with the Girl Active bronzer, it kind of is a little bit too pigmented for me sometimes, so sometimes I don't use that one. And then the Butter bronzer is just a little bit too sheer for me, so I really have been enjoying this one. It's kind of like a happy medium in between those two because it's nice and pigmented, but it's not too pigmented. And then the other one, if I haven't been using that, I've just been using my Marc Jacobs Dreamer filter, and if I want a little bit of a contour, I've just been using this too. Like, I don't know, I never can get away from this product. It's my favorite, and it just works every time I need something fast or if I'm not wearing too much makeup. I love wearing this. It's just so beautiful, and since I've just been trying to use up this side, I've been using it just so much. As you can see, it's my favorite. If I've hit pan on it, like, insane. And I really do love this side as well for cleaning up the contour underneath. So I love this. And now let's move on to highlighters. So obviously you guys know I have to talk about this baby right here again. I have been obsessed with this past month. This is the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I only talked about it in my last favorites video, so I haven't really talked about it that much, and that's when I had first started really using it in like March, but I really have been using this a lot this past month as well. I'm obsessed with this, you guys. I'm obsessed with this. It's like one of my favorite highlighting formulas ever. These are just amazing. They are so glowy and beautiful. I have been so obsessed with this Kitty Cat shade. I pretty much use this shade mixed with this one like every time I wear a pink highlighter. Or if I need more of like a pop when I wear like a pink highlighter, I'll throw this on over it to give it more of a pop. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, this is definitely my favorite shade in the palette. I could have used this Daydream highlighter today with what I was wearing, but I went with a different highlighter. But this one would have been really pretty. Look at that. That's that pink highlight. It's so gorgeous. They're so beautiful. And then I've just been mixing this Forever Lit shade. But sometimes this Forever Lit shade can make it too white. So I try to mix more of the pink. Like, these are no joke. These are so pigmented, but they're so beautiful. I think it's 100% worth it. I think this one has a lot less fallout than the Ultimate Glow Kit. I still like the Ultimate Glow Kit. I'm actually wearing that one today. But this is just like on a whole nother level of glow. It's amazing. I love it so much. And this is probably the only other like highlighter that I will mix more with like other highlighters besides like Champagne Pop. Like there was a point where I wasn't wearing Champagne Pop as much this past month, and then I wore like 3 days straight mixed with other highlighters, and I was like, oh my god, it always gives me what I need. This is like the same satisfaction that I get from this highlighting palette, and I don't get that a lot with like other highlighters besides like the Anastasia and the Becca, because they're literally the best. So I love this. She did such an amazing job on this palette, so I can't wait to use the other shades more this month. I'm probably going to use that peach shade the next time I wear like a peachy warm eye. I've just been really obsessed with peachy warm eyes this month. And then of course the other highlighting palette, I just mentioned it, the Anastasia Ultimate Glow Kit. I've just been mentioning these two a lot because I have been using the other ones a lot, but you know, I do mention those like so much, but I really have been liking this again this past month. I didn't use it for a little while, but I definitely did use it during like the first week of the month, and then I think, and then I used it today, and they're really pretty. They're really nice highlights. I really like mixing them usually, and today I used like more of the yellowy tones. I used Golden Dawn and Amber Gold mixed together, and I really like how it turned out, but these definitely are not as buttery or as highlighted or as like intense as the Nicole Guerra Glow Kit is and like the other Anastasia highlighters, but I just wanted to whip it out and use it today. So I definitely did really like that. But, you know, I'm probably not going to mention it again because I've been just mentioning it in like every single favorites video. And then the other highlighters I wanted to mention. The first one is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. I've been using this so much since I've gotten it in the mail like a couple of weeks ago. You guys, these are so beautiful. This is like my favorite Tarte formula they've ever done. They're just so buttery, but they're also very beautiful and intense. Like, they're so beautiful on the skin. These are like one of the only highlighters I can say that are super buttery on your face, and they are so smooth. Like, they really don't emphasize your pores. They're just really gorgeous, but they're not like too insane, but they have a really nice pigmentation to them. Like, look at that. They're really pretty, and I'm just going to swatch them over her. They're kind of almost like jumbo-sized eyeshadows, but they're really beautiful. Those are two of the shades right here. Look how pigmented those are. Really beautiful. So that's Daylight and Skylight, and I've been using mostly those two shades a lot when I highlight. And then I mix these two shades together sometimes too. This one is Spotlight, but I've used this like four times, and I really have been enjoying it. So I'm really excited to test them out more. But they're just a really beautiful formula. I knew I was going to love these, so really have been liking those too. And then the other one, I just wanted to mention my first Tarte Rainforest of the Sea palette as well, because I have been using this one quite a bit this past month as well, because I just got into these again this past month. I keep on dropping this though, so I keep on like cracking the top of this one, but at least it has pretty durable packaging. But I always mix these two highlighters together, but I kind of want to swatch these two just to see the difference in formula. These ones definitely have more of like a shimmery formula and more of like a metallic formula than the second palette. It's like they're a little bit more shimmery. Like those are here. They're kind of almost the same colors though. Like shit. I didn't realize that. They still are very smooth, but they're a little bit more metallic. Oh, they are so freaking pretty. And those two shades are Daylight and Sunlight and Moonlight. I thought they were Daylight and Moonlight, but that's the other one. And then the last highlighter I wanted to talk about is the NARS Banque de Sable Highlighting Palette. Oh, my face is itchy. And I got this during the Vibe sale as well. Really have been loving this. These are really beautiful highlighters. They have like a more subtle, like medium intensity to them. They're not like so intense that they're like blinding. But this first shade, this Rivage one is really beautiful. And then the gold one is also really pretty. To combine these two together are really, really pretty. This shade though, like look how beautiful that is. Look how pigmented that is. It's insane. Really gorgeous. Probably gonna blind you. It's right there. Look how pretty that is, right? I know these are pretty similar to each other, but honestly, I got this because a lot of people were raving about these, and I just felt like I didn't have enough NARS highlighters to try out, so I really wanted to try out this palette, and I'm really excited that I got this one. It really is really beautiful. So I'm really excited to try it out more this next month because I feel like I haven't tried it out enough yet because I've been using this one a lot more because I had this one for a while. But I will tell you guys my full thoughts on both of them and update you guys really soon. So been loving those. And then the last products we have to talk about are lip products. So the first one I wanted to talk about is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Color Splash Lipstick in the shade Beach Babe. Oh my god, these are so beautiful. They are so nice to wear. They're so nice and moisturizing and nourishing on the lips. And the color is just so pretty. I'm going to swatch it for you right here. It's just like a really beautiful pinky nude shade. Oh my god, I can't wait to wear it again. I have worn this a couple of times already. It's just like a throw-on lipstick. It's so pretty on. Oh my god, I love it. I really do love this. It's a little bit too moisturizing though, that sometimes it can feel a little bit dry. You know how like some lipsticks can feel like that for some reason. But the packaging though, look at this packaging. Isn't it so beautiful? I wanted to get another one at the Vibe sale, but I was like, no, I don't need two of them. Just try out one to see if you like it. And then I ended up really loving it. But then I was like, you know, I already picked up quite a few lip products from the from the Sephora sale that I didn't need another one. But I got this one from the Tarte sale, so this was a really good price. But yeah, everybody is talking about these lately, but they are definitely worth it. They are really nice formula. And then the other one is the Marc Jacobs La Marque Liquid Lip Cream in the shade Fawn Over Me. Okay, so this isn't really a matte liquid lipstick like they claim, but this is a really beautiful formula. I really have been liking this. It's really smooth on the lips, and it's such a gorgeous shade. That one is Fawn Over Me right there, and I have worn this a couple of times, and I really like how it looks on the lips. It is definitely a little bit more pigmented than the one I'm wearing today. This is NARS's Get Dirty, and this one is more of like a pigmented gloss. This is like this is more like a lip cream, like basically what it says. It's not really a matte liquid lipstick, but I have really been enjoying it. It's a really beautiful color. I did a full liquid lipstick review and check-in on this if you guys want to check that out. And then the last lipstick I wanted to mention, well, actually I have two more, is the Makeup Forever Artist Liquid Matte Lipstick. I'm not really going to give you my full thoughts on this one because I have a full liquid lipstick review and check-in coming of it, which is my next video after I post my vlog, because I wanted to get up a review about this one too. Actually, I think this one's going to be up next week. This one is very pretty too. I wasn't too sure about how I felt about it when I first got it, but it is a really nice formula when you've been wearing it for a while. I don't know. I think it was because I didn't have, my lip primer was pretty dried out, so I think that that's why it dried out on my lips pretty quickly. But that one is the shade right there. It is a really pretty shade though, and it does feel nice and smooth when you put it on, but after like an hour, it was kind of like developing that ring in my mouth, so I'm not sure about it yet, but I will give you guys my full thoughts in that video. But I did like the color, and I did like how it wore after I reapplied it again. So, and then the last two I wanted to mention, of course, are the two ColourPop lippies from Kathleen Lights. I've just been wearing her lippies again like crazy this month. I've definitely been wearing these quite a bit this past month as well. This one is Aquarius 2, the Ultra Matte Lip, and this one is the Ultra Satin Lip in Aquarius. You guys know that these were like my go-tos last month, and I also have been wearing them a lot this past month. I'm not going to swatch them again, but I do really love the formula of both of these. And I really do think that she did an amazing job on both of these. And then I just wanted to mention, you know what? I've mentioned these so many times. I'm just going to say the Too Faced Sweet Peach glosses again. Really beautiful. They really are worth the hype, and they are a very beautiful formula of lip glosses. And then the other one, I know, I'm just like so tired. And then the last product is the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in My Jam. Oh my god, this is such an amazing lip gloss, I swear. These are still my favorite formula of lip glosses. They're amazing. They feel so good on the lips. And this is so metallic. It's so pigmented on your lips. I almost wore it today over the lipstick I was wearing, but since this was already like a glossy lip, I didn't need to add more gloss. But that one is the metallic lip called My Jam. It is so beautiful. I wore it over a lipstick last week, and it looks so awesome. And then the last product that I've just been obsessed with is the Urban Decay Quick Fix Hydro Charged Complexion Prep Priming Spray. I haven't been able to stop using this over the Smashbox Primer Water. I just have been using this so much every time I prep my skin for makeup before I put on my primer. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, and the Simple Micellar Makeup Wipes. Obsessed with these. These are amazing. If you're looking for a makeup remover wipe for sensitive skin, go with these. I swear, they're so smooth on the skin, and on your eyes, they don't burn your eyes. They are amazing. I love these. I'm obsessed with them. And yeah, that's it. So those are my new makeup wipes of choice. And yeah, so please again subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CPW819, and my Twitter is PokerFace819, and my Snapchat is PokerFace819. I don't know how my favorites videos end up being so long when I don't have half as many products as I think I do, and then it ends up being a 50-minute video. I am so sorry. I ramble on so much, and then I always want to include regrets, but then I feel like it's too long to include regrets. So I will do those very soon. I still have so many video ideas, but I have to obviously put up my favorites video first. So that's it. Bye! And please let me know what your favorite product was this month as well. Bye!